Hello, welcome to another Imperial Guard tactical. Today we're going to talk about orders. So just set up a little tiny scene. 10 Space Marines in cover with a rhino, and then we've got a very small pageant of guard, 10 regular guard with a commissar. If I can get the lights sorted a bit better. And 1 platoon command and 3 autocannons. So not exactly the best when going against Space Marines, but very cheap on points and can be very effective when doing orders. So first order, let's do take aim, precision shot. So we're going to say all orders are successful. I've already pre-measured they're out of the 12-inch range, so there's no rapid fire. So let's say the platoon command put precision shot on the squad. So we'll have 10 shots, and the main target is either going to be the heavy bolter, the flamer, or the sergeant. Obviously you'd want to take out the sergeant first. So on the roll of 6s to wound, you'll be taking out the sergeant, reducing their leadership. Very well worthwhile. Second one, smite at will. Obviously this will give you split fire, so you could shoot at 2 different things. The third one, this is the one where most people use, which is first rank fire, second rank fire, and that just gives las guns +1 shot. So that 9 shots, because the sergeant has a las pistol, it's out of range, that 9 shots would become 18 shots. Next one, forward for the Emperor. Now that's a good one for when you are trying to get to an objective. First off, you make a shooting attack and then you run, so you're still bringing down the enemy, but then you get to move that little bit closer to the objective. Very handy. The next one is another regular one, move, move, move. Obviously if you've got infantry way in the backfield, well out of the way from the actual battle, you're going to want to put move, move, move on them to be able to get into the fight. The next one would be suppressive fire. Now this I find extremely handy, especially against orcs. Not many people use it, and it gives the pinning special rule. So every single model that fires, if they do 1 single wound from that unit, they have to do a pinning test. Last thing you want in your Imperial Guard ranks is for orcs to come charging at you and get into hand-to-hand combat. If you can pin them, then you get a second round where you can shoot them, bring down even more. You could constantly pin them so they can't move and just bring them down at distance and make sure they don't get into close combat. Not many people actually use that, but it is very handy at keeping the enemy at bay and shooting them down from where they are. And next one, bring it down. It gains tank hunter and monster hunter. You won't get any like twin linkness shots, but you get to re-roll on the to wound table or to penetrate table, and that's something that can be very handy, especially with autocannons. They're very good at getting mass amounts of shots in that are medium to high range strength, so you're going to want that re-roll to penetrate armour. For instance, say that the order went off, and we've got 3 las cannons there. So rolls to hit, 4s. We've got 1 roll to hit. So straight off, this 1 roll is very important. We've got strength 7 against armour 10 side. That's a penetrating hit, but say that missed, you get to re-roll it. My luck with dice rolls, though, they always stay the same. So yeah, that can be very handy, especially when bringing down things like land raiders. You definitely need it. Right, next one, fire on my target. Now I love this. I absolutely love this order. So straight away, if I fired my auto cannons at the rhino, I'm going to want to ignore that cover save. I don't want the rhino to have cover saves against my auto cannons, so I would give it the order, fire on my target, ignores all cover saves, and I'll bring it down. Because if that one went through earlier, they get a cover save. Okay, it's only a 5+ cover save at the moment, but say they're behind another tank or a wall or something that gives them a better cover save. Even camo netting. So yeah, there you go, 5+, 4+ cover save that had camo netting. So you ignore the cover save straight away. And if that one hit that went through, they've saved it. You'd ignore that straight away. Next one, and last one, get back in the fight. Last thing you want is for your men to be running off the field scared. You want to keep them going, keep them pushing forwards. You don't want to have half your men falling behind, because they lose 3 men without a commissar in there, they will run off the field. That's not what you want. That's 10 men gone straight away, and it leaves auto cannons and platoon command. That's it. You want to keep them on the field, so use get back in the fight if needed. Always use them to get back in the fight, even if they go to ground. So yeah, if you use the orders and use all different orders, don't just stick with the regular one, first rank fire, second rank fire, because yeah, you will be getting a lot of firepower down on the enemy and bringing down a lot of enemy, but what's more effective? Getting them 18 shots to the enemy, because them Space Marines are just out of 12-inch range. Their next turn, they're going to move forward 6 inches and then charge, and then you've had it. They're going to swipe the entire unit there, because at the moment the Space Marines outpoint the Imperial Guard, and if they get into close combat, the Imperial Guard have no chance whatsoever. So instead of using first rank fire, second rank fire, try using suppressive fire. Get them pinned down, keep them there, don't let them move. And if you keep them there, then you get a second lot of shooting. Do the same order, you bring down 1 model. That's all you need to do, is just bring down 1 model, 1 Space Marine, and they do a pinning test. They fail the pinning test, they stuck there. It gives you a second chance of shooting. Against orcs and tyranids, that order is extremely effective. I've gone into plenty of places where all I've seen people use is first rank fire, second rank fire. They don't actually use any other orders. You've got to think about what you're doing. You've got to get the right orders in the right place to make the battle worth it for you. You take this tiny little platoon of 1 squad, auto cannons and platoon command. That tiny little squad there can rain down a hell of a lot of firepower if you give them the right orders in the right place. And then you think, that right there is hardly any points. 10-man squad, 50 points. Commissar, 25 points. Platoon command, 30 points. Autocannon team, 75 points. That's nothing. That little platoon there is nothing. You do more than one of them platoons. You think that's the right flank, sorted. You pin down the enemy. You hold them there. You put an extra 10 men in there for 50 points. You're gonna get hits. You're gonna get them pinned, because that'll turn from 18 shots plus another 18 shots. Like, you're gonna hit. You're gonna get lots of hits, and you're gonna get lots of wounds, and they've got to save them. All it takes is one single 1 or a 2 on their saving throw, and they've got to take a pinning test. Or in the case of orcs, if they've got heavy armour, they've got to take a 4+ save. So 1, 2 or 3, they've got to take a pinning test, and they haven't got very high leadership. Think about what you're doing when you're doing the orders. Orders are what makes the Imperial Guard a force to be reckoned with. You just got to make sure you get the right orders in the right place. Alright, take it easy. Good gaming.